In the last episode, we bought the neighboring field from Cody. This time, I'm going to show you how we're going to combine all three fields together into one giant field, and then improve the grass yield across the board. Now, the first thing you need to do in this process is get a plow. Only the plow allows you to create new fields. Now, there are some mods out there that allow you to use regular cultivators or similar implements to create a field, but that would be cheating, at least in a series like this that's a hard mode challenge. We're going to rent the plow that's just a few dollars more, but it has a much better working with. It says it needs 160 horsepower, but I'm pretty sure our 116 horsepower John Deere can handle it. It might pull a little slower than the listed 7 miles per hour, but I have confidence. I knew we'd be picking up this heavy rear plow, so we front mounted our weight to get it home. The plow has the option to allow create fields. Once that's toggled on, anything you own that the plow touches will turn into freshly plowed ground. So you want to be a little cautious and turn that back off unless you intend to actually make a new field. You can see we're just plowing up the road with reckless abandon. When creating your field, you want to be a little generous and overlap any existing field by a little bit to ensure the game recognizes the new plowed ground as an extension of the existing field. If you do make a mistake and plow part of something you didn't want, you can fix it with the landscape painting tool to spray down some grass or gravel or whatever. It just feels better though to try to do it right the first time. You can see as I'm plowing that we're kicking up some stones, but that's okay. We'll take care of that later. Using the plow does have a nice side benefit. It won't leave any weeds behind you have to deal with. That'll be useful later. So what I'm doing here is just plowing up all the road areas. This ability to transform properties is an amazing feature of Farming Simulator. I'm going to try to smooth out the edges some before I'm done where all the fields connect. Okay, I've done what I really wanted to. We'll return the plow and get on with the next phase of the operation, the planting. Now, fortunately for us, we're just planting grass, so it'll be cheap. We can use the same roller we've been using to roll the fields, to plant the grass. The roller has an optional seeder attachment. We'll make sure to get that, and we'll buy a large sack of seed. Or not. We are literally $19 short on money. It's a survival challenge. We can overcome this. We'll get back to the farm and do something I was gonna do anyway, but now I'll be killing two birds with one stone. Up here on the hill of our new property, we have several of these downy service berries. They're just scrubby little shrubberies.
Did you say shrubberies?
And I'd really just like to get them out of the way. These flimsy branches can't be worth much at all, but I'm sure if we cut a couple, they'd have to be worth maybe $100. Certainly the $19 we need. For realism, I'm going to leave some of the foliage on the limbs and make it look like I'm hauling away a bunch of brush I cleared from the property, which I guess is what I actually did. Let's get on to the sell point and see if we can make a few dollars. $131, plenty for what we need. We'll be slightly efficient here. We're often not, and try to hook the roller onto the back of the trailer and take them back together. The trailer has a pin type latch, so this should work. Perfect. Let's get that seed bag now. We'll only be using a fraction of the seed, but I'm sure we'll use it later. It's just more supplies to the farm. But it's another reason why we need to work towards getting a shed. All loaded with seed, let's get our small train back home and start getting our new combined field all sorted out. Now, if this goes as planned, a couple of things should happen all at the same time. As we go over the field, we're going to be planting our new grass seed anywhere we freshly plowed and rolling the field at the same time. Let's check. Yes, new green grass is going down. The rolling part, though, probably won't be putting down an application of fertilizer like it did with the established grass. Not just yet, anyway. But what the rolling should do is press the stones we plowed up back into the ground. So here you can see the plowed and seeded area doesn't have any fertilizer yet. There's no light blue, it's still gray. The rolling will, though, give us that second application of fertilizer on the older part of the field. That hasn't changed. You can see that in the couple dark blue blips at the top where we overlapped with the rolling. So with that, we'll finish rolling the entire field. Quick and easy. We'll return the roller back at the store and top up with fuel. We've barely got $100 in the account, so we'll use it for fuel before some farm operating costs kick in and we don't have anything, which is going to happen because our next step in improving our yield is to let the grass grow by moving ahead into August. Okay, so the area we plowed and planted says it needs lime and rolling. It's not the same rolling, though, as we've been doing on the field. It's a special kind of seed rolling you do after planting with a different kind of roller. It's not nearly as important as the grass rolling. The seed rolling only adds about 2.5% to the yield bonus, and we can live without that tiny amount. The grass is looking good, though. Nice and uniform across the whole field where the road used to be. I do have an oddity, though, right here. This is where the grass was damaged by hail. I'm not sure it'll grow back properly on its own, but we'll leave it alone and see what it does before going through the effort of plowing and planting all that part. Everything is looking good, just like I expected, so we'll roll forward into September and give it another quick check. Yes, it's in the first harvest stage. We're right on track. We'll skip into October, then check the used equipment. A small windrower, subsoiler, and big tractor. All things we could use, but we don't have the money for any of it. We're at a negative $1,400. But that's a problem we can fix by selling our silage soon. That's at 92% fermented. The day is young, though, and that's good, because we've got a lot to do on the farm today. Just look at this field of green. The whole area looks really good all combined. One of the unique things we'll do that we've not done yet in this series is lime the field. This is our original field, 100% fertilized and needs lime. And before we saw the freshly plowed and planted area needed lime. So yes, a liming job is coming today. We'll get our grass cut first, though, because it's a nice job we can do while we wait for the silage to finish. It'll also give me a minute to explain why I've been doing something even though I don't really have to. For the grass, I keep talking about a first harvest stage and a second harvest stage. That also comes with thicker, more lush growth visually. In FS22, waiting until that second harvest stage gave you about 30% more grass, which made sense. As of recording this video in FS25, it doesn't. You get the same amount of grass at both stages. So we could have been cutting it more often and getting more income, but I didn't, because I truly believe it's a bug and not an intended game change. And this is a hard mode challenge. I wouldn't want to take advantage and exploit a bug. They might have fixed it by the time this video is edited and released, but who knows? It might not even be a bug. But everything else in the game where there's a visual change in growth appearance, there's also a stage of life or yield difference. So I'm going with it as a bug, at least for now. We mowed a good bit of this field and it started to rain. So we'll take a quick break and check out the water droplets on the silage bale plastic. It stopped raining, the plastic is dry, and all the silage is ready. Let's unwrap the tube of silage and get ourselves out of debt. Well, it would help if we got our weight. Let's get that on where it should be and try again. Oh yes, with ease. Let's get loading. All right, that's one load ready to go as we bump over the grass rows. This should be worth about $5,500. And it is. We'll get back and keep going till we sell the rest. There we go. We're just slightly shy of $15,000, and we've got 3 more bales to sell. Everything is sold. We're just over $17,500. The grass field is certainly starting to make us some good money, and we're not even done improving it yet. For that, we need to finish getting it cut. There we go. That's the last bit. We'll drop off the mowing deck and the weight because now it's back over to the store to get the baler. We need to clear all this grass before we can lime the field. If we look at the map, you can see where we are with the field. Now that we've cut it, fertilization is at 50% evenly all over, even the road area. That's what happens to the grass field when you cut it. For lime, you can see a good portion of the field needs lime. And there's those small seed rolling strips again for only 2.5% bonus. We need this roller to fix that, and it's barely worth any increase in the yield, so it's doubtful we'll ever do it. We'll top up with fuel on the way back with our baler and take the hit for repairs for almost $1,000 and get to making some bales. That's the last bale. We'll return the baler and then get on with using our fun wrapper. The Anderson wrapper was a good purchase. All right, let's push out the last of the roll and self-propel our wrapper back over to where we've been keeping it, which I hope is temporary. A shed is in the forecast. Now it's time for the liming. We'll get over to the store and rent a lime spreader. At the same time, buy some lime, which I hope isn't that expensive. Lime does get used up very quickly when spreading it, but I'm not sure how much it costs. Not much, $4.50 a bag. We'll buy 2, which might be enough. We'll get to loading that spreader, hustle back across the ferry to home, and get straight to making our fields even better. We went through that lime very quickly. It does always take quite a lot. We'll get 2 more bags and get them loaded here in the pouring rain. At first, I thought the rain might be a good thing, as it would wash the lime down into the soil. But I bet if it rained in that open hopper, the lime would just want to get into one big lump and not spread very well. But we'll continue where we left off and just do the whole field while we're at it. Only part of the field actually needed lime, but this will get everything on the same liming cycle, which is what we want. Okay, the liming is complete. It's a very fast job. We'll unload the leftover lime, get the spreader returned, and rent our roller for the final step in this amazing field transformation and improvement. We've got our roller, so now it's a full rolling of the field, just like we've done several times before. It's the last step, and you can see the outside of the field where we rolled is 100% fertilization, the dark blue. We'll just work a little into the evening and rain and finish getting the field all squared away. Buying Katie's field and owning the whole area felt like a major milestone. And now, getting all 3 fields joined together and uniformly improved, it feels like the farm has just leveled up. We're also poised for another Farming Simulator 25 first, and that's to get some animals on that hill with a custom pasture. In the next episode. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the series, and I'll see you in the next one.